Welcome. This is coffee time first. Today we're going to talk about the inner cities. And the problem with the inner cities.
I never hear you, Mike.
Gwenny, stop, please. Sorry about that. The problem with the inner cities start from the top. Start from Washington. Washington allows grants to go to cities, to go to states. Congressmen get involved, senators get involved, governors get involved, city mayors get involved, state congressmen get involved. By the time it gets to the people, the money's all gone. The contractors sign for it. The graft, it's everywhere. But the inner city is the ones that hurt. What I'm proposing here is very simple. First of all, they complain about you can't hire people in the cities. They're not qualified. It's one of the biggest complaints construction companies have, which is a foolish one. My proposal is very simple. Number one, you have 2 board members to oversee monies that are spent on the inner city. Every dime that is spent is posted on the internet, so all America can see where the money is going to. These 2 people would be responsible for allocating funds to companies. Those companies who receive funds, again, have to post every penny they spend on the internet, so all Americans can see where the money is going to. If they cannot find qualified people in the inner cities, then you start a training course where you can train these individuals to do whatever job that needs to be done. Because let's be honest, how hard is it to learn how to mix cement? Or how to climb a pole? Or how to build anything? Thirdly, the development in the inner cities can't just be on roads and plumbing and sewers. It has to be with reconstruction of the businesses. Allow small business loans directly to go to inner cities and directly to go to the people that have small businesses in the inner cities to allocate the funds, and they get the funds. And again, the people on top would be responsible for that and would have to show where the money's going to the American people. Everything has to be posted on the internet so all America can see where the money's going to. So there's no graft. Now, I'm not saying this is going to eliminate the graft. Graft is going to be around as long as man is. There's always going to be a greedy, people inside the system that's going to want to take advantage of it. What this is going to do, it's going to slow it down. It's going to make it more obvious and more clear. Because if monies are disappearing away and they can't justify it, then we should have a legal system from our legal department at the White House to prosecute immediately anybody who's doing fraudulent things on the reconstruction of the inner cities. Call it the Reconstruction Act. It's a good one. Everybody likes little things that you call. Congressmen love it. But see, something has to be done. The poor, they're getting poorer. The inner cities are getting worse. They're going on 4 generations of welfare. It's costing the Americans billions and billions and billions of dollars each year to subsidize people living in inner cities.
Not even America.
And one thing is that these people don't want to live like this. Most of them. I've been in the inner cities. And most of the people that I talk to want a better life. But with crime and violence and illegals entering into the cities, it's hard for them to grow out of this pit of hell. That's why we need a Reconstruction Act. Not only have the money that needs to be gone in there, but to be able to train the people. So once that the reconstruction is done, they have a skill to go on to better jobs. We've built up businesses that can hire people. We can train people to read so they can remodel the homes there. Give us subsidized reconstruction on remodeling the homes in their cities. And hire the people that live within the inner cities. Let them become involved within their own neighborhood. Let them have an asset that they can call their own. That will be part of them. It will grow with them. Not instead of constantly feeding them, saying, stay poor, but vote for us, please. Because I got news for you, folks. The Democrats, the Republicans, even the organizations that are there to protect you, they're not protecting you. These people are there for one thing, your vote and your money. They don't care about you. Look at the last 50 years. What have they actually done? They have done nothing. It's getting worse every year, every decade. For 5 decades, I can remember the cities in the 60s. They were nice. I can remember the 70s. They started not to be so nice, but they were still nice. The 80s came. It wasn't really nice at all. Then the 90s, it went all the way downhill. Now we're in the 2000 and 2010, and it's much worse. Where were your elected officials for the last 50 years? What have they done for you in the last 50 years? There's no jobs. Your education system is trashed. There's no protection no more by the police force. You're afraid of the police force, and sometimes justified. Because believe me, I saw how police treat people in the inner cities. But they're scared. And this is the problem. When you have two sides that are scared of each other. And both sides have a valid point. So how do you correct that? You correct that with jobs, education. You correct that by putting an investment within your own community. You repair that by having you yourself have an investment in your own community. I myself, I'm going to be lucky to live another 5-10 years. Then I'll pass on, hopefully upstairs. But before I leave, I hope I can pass on something to you. Some kind of knowledge of what our life is like and how to make it better. And I'm asking the government, I'm asking you, President Trump, to try to make something that can go directly to the inner cities. Like I said, the two people that are in charge, make it one Democrat, one Republican. So both of them can complain about each other. But have them each show where every single penny goes and have it posted on the internet so every single American knows where every single penny goes. And the construction companies that take this money, they have to hire individuals within the community. If they can't find individuals within the community, we educate them. And those construction companies have to sign a waiver form that every single penny they take from the United States government, from us, the American people, has to be posted on the internet so we, the American people, know where every single penny goes. It's that simple. You don't need mayors, you don't need governors, you don't need representatives of the state, you don't need House representatives of the Senate to tell you where the money goes. The money's here, the money goes here. Say, it's really simple. You don't need all the swamp in between. You need to have action. And that's the simplest way I can see. And you have to have accountability. And you have to have an AG ready to prosecute if these people try to funnel the money. So, Mr. President, if you're listening to me, and I hope you are, I hope you take this into advisement and make America great again. But when you do make America great again, do not forget about the inner cities and put an investment into them. It'll come back to you 10 times fold. Next week, and I have to apologize to everybody because I originally started this saying I was going to do this every single day, and I found out that it's just not possible. So I'm going to do this every Monday at noon. Now, next week, I think what we're going to talk about is how to vote, what to look for when you're voting. I'm not going to tell you how to vote, and I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. But I am going to advise you on some things you should look at before you cast your vote, and to make an intelligent decision. Which representative is actually going to do the best for you, not just what they say they do. But I think that's what we'll talk about next week. So God be with everybody this week. I hope you all had a beautiful Thanksgiving. I know I did. And Mr. President, if you're listening to me, God bless you. And God bless the United States. And let's make America great again. Thank you. On computer.
Couldn't hear you.